What's up, my YouTubers, and welcome to Mommy Mondays. All right, buckle up because I got a long sort of video for you guys. So we're going to just dive right into it. First thing, I have my notes on the side here. I know you guys can't see that, but I do have my notes on the side. So first thing we are going to talk about is Mom and Jim got wood for her stairs, porch, and a gate. So basically what that means is my mom's tiny home. She needed stairs built and our front gate that we tore down. We have a baby gate right now locking the so the babies can't get off the porch. And Jim was going to build a gate because he has the, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called right now. The thingies that go in the door that, swing open, those things. And then we also needed it for, I think just the porch in general. We were going to fix some of the spindles and stuff on our porch, but we got wood for that. And then second thing I want to talk about is Jim got a wood saw. So he's very excited because now he can actually build things with the wood saw because we have an electric. Oh my goodness, my brain is dead today, guys. Basically, he has tools to now build things. So that's exciting. Triplets. Since they are 2.5 now, they are wild. And I say wild because we are definitely getting into more of tantrum era. Millie, who's the oldest, or Amelia, we call her Millie, is definitely getting into the bully phase of bullying her siblings around, where she's in this phase where she will, the hitting phase, we'll put it that way, the hitting phase, and we have to tell her no, we have to correct her, which is, typical toddler, typical sibling behavior. Trenton was in a really clingy, whiny face, and when he whines, he sounds like a squeak toy. I hate to say that about my son, but it's like this, kind of like high pitched boy thing, and it's mostly because he's doesn't know how to express what he wants and stuff, but they're all doing great. They're all talking a lot more, so they're going to actually start talking like full on sentences pretty soon. Izzy is still in her thing where she has to carry everything around in one hand. It doesn't matter what it is. She had a one of those metal reusable straws for a while. She was carrying in her hand. Then it went to a dinosaur. I think today it's the plastic toy screwdriver. We'll see. But if you tell Izzy no for any reason, whatever she's doing, she'll just start bawling her eyes out and crying, and she just, you know. Oh, and then when you tell Millie no, she gives you this face like this pout face, like she wants to murder you with her eyes, but she also wants to cry. So she's definitely getting in that like why did you punish me? Why did you tell me no phase? You still love me type phase. So yeah, she's definitely getting that phase. And when I fill up the pool, little man and the babies now jump into the pool. Um, so I put the bucket that I fill up, because right now our spigot to our hose is broken. We have to get it fixed. So I've been filling up a large spaghetti pot or crab boil pot, whatever you want to call it, and filling up the pool that way from the kitchen sink. Pain in the butt, I know. Why don't we get a hose to hook up to the kitchen sink and take it to the front porch? Whatever. Anyways, so I take the pot when I'm done filling up the pool, I put it upside down, and then the kids jump off the pot into the pool. No, they have never slipped off of it, and yes, I'm usually out there when they do that. They also had a kids chair that we were throwing out because it got broken. The back of it won't sit up anymore. It's sort of like a kid's recliner, but it won't sit up anymore. So I put that outside so they can jump off that into the pool. And then Trenton has been like kind of like, he'll lay down on the chair and then he'll go in, like this, whatever. I call him Fish Boy. Then the slide that I put in the pool for them, they love that. So they've been kind of getting wild and stuff. The crib that we had that I was going to put into a toddler bed, well, it worked great at first because I was going to start transitioning Trenton to a toddler bed just to see how he does. And the first night he did great. He slept in it. He did crawl back up into bed with us because he is used to co-sleeping with us, but he did great at first. He fell asleep in the toddler bed, and then he crawled up with us. And then he did take naps in the toddler bed, so that was great. But at nighttime, he just wanted to be with us. He knew that he should sleep in the toddler bed, but he always crawled back up with us. Then come to find out that when I was trying to Swiffer wipe and then mop underneath everything in the bedroom, that one of the bottom um, poles, that legs, I should say, pole that holds the leg together with the toddler bed was broken. I knew that part of the top part was broken, but that was an easy fix. We just needed one screw to like nail it back in. But when I saw the bottom was broken, and then when they crawled up on it and it snapped, I was like, okay, so we just broke this toddler bed. Because they liked to jump in it when it was a crib, and we constantly tell them don't jump in the crib because you will break it. And sure enough, it finally just decided to break. So nope, nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt at all. So I had to take that apart, and that is outside at the moment because we can always reuse the crib parts for other activities, other projects. Um, like we might make a front gate out of one of the sides of the crib, or I might hang it on the wall and then use it as like a decor item or to hang stuff on. I'm not really sure quite yet, but I am big onto trying to upcycle, recycle items. And when I saw that, I was like, hey, I can always figure out something to do with this. Worst case scenario, since it's broken, we can always burn the wood. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just recycle it somehow. Um, then, my cat. Here, what's wrong, honey? What's wrong? You want to say hi to people? Here, look. Say hi. Anyways, my cat. So I had my tumbler cup that Jim got me for Mother's Day on my dresser. It had ice in it, so I didn't put the lid on it because I couldn't get the straw down underneath the ice to drink, so I just left it open. And I always keep my water on my dresser. And Binks, my lovely Binks that I love, um, it was raining outside, and he normally doesn't jump on my dresser that often, um, but I don't think he realized that there was a water thing up there, and he jumped on my dresser to get to the window, knocked my new water all over my dresser, and luckily, it did not get on any of my phones or my laptop, but there was water. I mean, like a full 32-ounce tumbler cup, and water went everywhere, and it was so mad. And oh, it was just, I wasn't really mad at the cat per se, but I was just like, I was tired and just over the day, and it was just the last thing I needed that day was my cat killing my water. So I just filled it up, and but next topic is, I did decide finally to I see my psych on June 11th, which is next week, which is coming up. And yes, I am going to go up on my meds again. Like I said, I went from 150 down to 75. Now I'm going to go back up to 150. The only reason why is because I can tell that as my pregnancy continues and stuff, and I know that the baby's going to be here in August or earlier, that I'm getting really nervous just with everything. My mom's tiny homecoming, getting the babies into the room that she's going to move out of. And just a lot of little other things that I'm getting nervous about. So I was sketchy and nervous about upping my meds because of the side effects, but I'm not as worried anymore because I know that if I don't get my mental health under control, then if I don't take care of myself, then I won't be able to take care of my kids. And another reason is because I want it to kick in before I have the baby in case I do go through postpartum. I've had postpartum with all of my kids. Does not mean that with this baby I will have postpartum, but just in case. Plus, taking care of two-year-old triplets, um, and then a newborn with their sleep schedule, it's going to be a lot. Yes, Jim's going to be home for the first week. My mom's going to be here, like, you know, so it's not like I will be alone. It's just it's a lot, and I would rather have the medication to help me. Um, if you hear anything in the background, by the way, they're hey, stop kicking your sister. They're trying to kick each other because they want to play with one toy, of course. Yes. Normally when they do try to fight, unless they're like really, really doing something that, um, like really, really hurting each other, I try to let them just work it out because they're gonna have to learn to work out their own fights and arguments by themselves. Um, so I just kind of step back. I observe them, but like right now they're playing with the dog leash, and anyways, with okay, filming and editing videos. So with everything that's been going on, hey, did you just hit the dog? Don't hit the dog. No. With everything going on, yes, I put my prison videos on pause for a little bit because there's things that I have to actually sit down. I mean, I found everything that I need to film. I just haven't found the quiet time to actually do it, and focus to do it. And I finally have edited a bunch of food videos. So on Fridays, if you guys see a lot of food videos, if you're not interested in that, I apologize. Um, I did not get a chance to do the end of the month triplet video like I've been doing because I just didn't have that many videos or pictures. Thank you, honey. To upload of them for May. So I'll probably combine May and June into one big thing. Um, for Memorial Day, I totally forgot it was Memorial Day weekend. So we didn't do anything. And so yeah, there is that. Oh, fun things. So lately I've been trying to figure out fun things to do with the babies for them to help because now they're definitely getting in the age where they like to help cook and bake and stuff. She's doing the spinning thing. Hold on. So that's a little loud. But anyways, yeah, so if you saw the triplets try to help me bake cookies, well, you can only do so much with 2 year olds before they get distracted and want to go do something. So, but they had a lot of fun doing that. So I've been trying to make, I have a recipe to make slime. I have a recipe to make, they're supposed to be gummy bears, but I don't have the silicone molds to make gummy bears. So I have pumpkin and doggy, like bone type, silicone molds. So I'll just make gummies in those. And then anytime I'm going to make cookies or bake something, basically I'm going to try to have them help me cook and bake and make things as much as possible, even Play-Doh. That way they can get used to doing all that, which they are so excited to do. So look forward in the future for those videos. Um, my mom's telling you, I know, Holly. Let me pause you guys and change my son's butt because he is a little stinky. I'll put that way. Come here. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Actually, I guess I could talk to you guys like this while I'm changing him because hopefully you guys cannot see him. I might have to shout here because, and I apologize for that because if she's going to be loud and spinning the thingies, then I'm going to have to shout. So if it's really loud on your end, I apologize, but that's what I have to do. Anyways, so where were we? We were on my mom's tiny home. So my mom had gotten the permits and everything ready to go for her tiny home, and they came out. Honey, what's wrong? Well, honey, I have to hold your legs up to wipe you, honey. You had a really good poop this morning, honey. I know, that's your wiener. Oh, I just touched the poop. Oh, I just touched the poop. Oh. Um, yes, if you guys see me putting them on the couch, I understand. But you know what? If you are a mom and you're a stay-at-home mom or dad or whatever, you understand. Anyways, so my mom's tiny home. Basically, um, we had to figure out the permit situation because we have to fix our septic tank first. So we had the inspection on our septic tank. I might have talked about this before, but I don't know. Anyway, so we had the inspection on our septic tank. Come to find out, it does need an actual septic tank. So it's not just a repair. It's actually a full blown like they need a new tank type of expensive deal. Luckily, the guy who did the inspection knew my mom. He from one of the jobs that she only had a few jobs, but I think one of the sand um, pit places, because she was in the scale house, she was in the weigh house, scale house for a while, so it could be one of those people. Um, but yeah, so he knew her, so he gave us a discount. God, doggy. So he's the one who went ahead and ordered the parts for the septic, the new tank for the septic. And sorry, I'm distracted. Obviously, I'm changing a diaper. But anyways, he ordered the new septic tank, so we have to get that done. He has coming out again today, which it is currently 8:07 a.m. on Monday, June 2nd. So I'm recording this before I upload it. But he's coming out today to tap into it because apparently there's concrete around fiberglass or something like that. And he's never seen that before. So I'm thinking is that the old owners had tried to DIY the septic tank. I don't know. So he says he's never seen that. So what he's gonna have to do, he's gonna have to like go in there and dig around or drain it. And stuff. Basically, we're getting a new septic tank. That's the long story short. But my mom's tiny home was on pause because we cannot do anything with her tiny home until the septic is fixed. Even though it's a shed and that. When her tiny home did get delivered, which I do have a video of that. I won't upload it in this video, but her tiny home did get delivered, set up on cinder blocks and tied down with hurricane straps. And when the inspection guy came to inspect that, apparently the shed place where she bought it from had wrote down the wrong things. They had wrote down that she had an actual foundation. So basically, we went back to the permit place, asked them what to do, and they said just write to the company or whatever that says like have the shed people say like no, it's our mistake. She does not need this. Blah blah blah. So the inspector guy came back out and told her, well, no, you don't technically need a foundation in the county that we live in. In the county that we live in, anything over 400 feet, you have got to have footings. So unless you get an engineer to come out and approve it with how it's actually done, so you don't need footings. So that's her tiny home is on pause, and so we have to get an engineer in here now to inspect it and tell her what to do. Hopefully she could just have it on cinder blocks. I'm pretty sure she can because it's a shed. I mean, yes, it's a tiny home, but whatever. But we worst case scenario, we just have to put more hurricane straps down on it, which is perfectly fine. So that's like the worst case. But she was so worried that she didn't know if she had to have it the shed taken back to the shed place and held until she got the money saved up for footings, or if she could keep it on the property until she could afford footings. She was going to try to get a camper. I mean, she went through all of this stress about plan B, C, D, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And until the guy said, well, hire an engineer, see what he says. So that's the next step with her tiny home is hiring an engineer and going from there. And then then we have pregnancy. I guess I don't know if I should talk about it in this video. I might do a separate video about everything pregnancy related because this video is getting kind of long. The last thing that I will say, and I'll leave you guys off on this note, is that I have my big surprise that I've been keeping from you guys is my daughter, Airly. We went to pick her up Saturday, and she's living with us. So that's exciting. I will be getting custody of her. Custody of her. Don't hit the doggy, honey. Here. Look at you. Hey, there's one right here. Anyways, so yeah, that's exciting. So we had to wait till she was out of school, obviously. So that's what I mean by I'm increasing my meds as well, because I will have a newborn, toddlers, and a teenager. So, and Airly is so thrilled to be here. She's going to be a big help. She loves the triplets. She loves, playing with them, taking care of them. She did bring her spider. It's a tarantula. Its name's Legs. And then Leo, who is a doodle. He's behind me here. And we introduced the dogs at first. Blaze, who's unfixed, and Leo, were typical dogs growling at each other, because they're all males. And Leo is Diego's age, so he's 11 as well. So they're both older dogs. But today I brought Blaze out with a leash on, hence why the babies were playing with the leash, and introduced them again. And so far, they've been out here for half an hour. I took off the leash with Blaze, and they're just chilling. So it was just the first few days. I will say that if you ever introduce a new dog to the family, female, male, doesn't matter if they're fixed or not, always make sure to have your main dog that's in the house on a leash first. I mean, really, make sure both dogs are on a leash, obviously, but make sure that the main dog that lives in the house, is definitely on a leash, because they know that this is their territory. They will do anything they can to protect their territory, especially since we have kids. Blaze, he is a staffy mix, so he has that very protective vibe in him, where he's not gonna let any other animal come in his territory. Um, so that's just a little note, is just make sure to introduce him slowly. So far they're doing good. I have to watch him because, that's another thing I was going to say before I let you go. Besides the excitement on there, is Blaze has seizures every once in a while. I'm not sure if they're actually seizures or if he gets like a Charlie horse, but I know his breed can be prone to it. And since he was not bred correctly, then we don't know if it's something in my old friend's breeding, but it seems like he gets seizures when he's overwhelmed, excited. So I've also been watching him, because with Airly moving in, the triplets being overwhelmed or overly excited, and then Leo, a new dog, I don't want him to have a seizure. Um, and all we do for that is we just hold him and stroke him and talk softly to him. It's kind of hard. I can't pick him up. Well, okay. I should not pick him up and put him in the bedroom in a quiet environment. So if he has one at all, which he's only had, I think, one while I'm home by myself with the babies, where I couldn't move him just because I had to be with the babies. And the babies pretty much ignored him. I mean, so that's good. They weren't they were concerned, and I just explained to them, be gentle, be quiet, be quiet. I know toddlers, right? But they did really well. He came out of it pretty fast. He was a very, very minor one. But yeah, on that note, this video is getting kind of long. I will try to make a pregnancy video right after I make this one and talk all about the pregnancy stuff. But I wanted to come on here and say that's the update. So far, there was a lot, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. But all I know is that I'm getting custody of my daughter. Mediation is July 1st. School starts in August. The baby's due in August. But I will be getting full custody of my daughter. And if you want to know the backstory on the custody, why I don't have her or anything, I'm sure I talked about it in previous videos, or you guys can do your normal thing. If questions, comments, concerns, or advice, leave them below. Also follow me on my other socials, because I post teasers to videos, and I try to post, little mini shorts of things of my life. But on the note, you guys stay awesome.